My friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is June. I am in Jamaica. I'm following the news about a potential war brewing in the Middle East, Israel and Iran, and maybe other countries going to be getting involved. The U.S., they are mixed up in everything. So the U.S. is there. Now, many countries are asking their citizens to leave Lebanon now. I know that the US has done that and the UK. They are asking their citizens to leave Lebanon and the families of any diplomat who are there. In this video, I am asking the question, what about persons now who are not diplomats? We have UK citizens or the US citizens or other citizens from other parts of the world who have married or entered into relationship with persons from Lebanon and have a family structure in place. Wife, husband, children. Yeah, how will this split happen? Because the US citizen or the UK citizen or citizens from other countries, they wanna leave the Lebanese to do their thing. The Lebanese might not be able to travel with the wife or the husband back to their country. So how then will this be sorted out? What kind of decision will be taken? If you were in this type of situation, how do you think you would have reacted? There is always the argument of interracial marriages, interracial couples, and when children are involved. And if each country now decides to call on its citizens to return to their homeland, how would this be done? I am a Jamaican, and I probably marry someone from Trinidad, and then there's a situation where my government is calling that I come back home. I might have been living with my husband in Trinidad, and there's something happening in Trinidad, and the Jamaica government decides that, listen, my citizens, I'm providing transportation for you to return to your country. Leave Trinidad now. What do I do? Do I pack up and leave my husband? What do I do with the kids? Because maybe they were born in Trinidad, so they are by right citizens of Trinidad. So how do we treat this situation? And I have grappled with this thought for many a year now, many years. I have grappled with this idea because I've seen where a lot of interracial, interterritory, intercountry marriages have happened. And I always wondered, what if war breaks out? What if war should break in one country? Then how will the separation go? If they start hunting nationalities from a particular region, and my husband happens to be of that nationality, what do I do? Do I throw my husband out to the hunters? Do I try to hide my husband? Will my husband hide me? How will it turn out? I have always considered this. And I have friends who have entered into interracial marriages, intercountry marriages. I have persons who I know from the US who are married to persons from especially Nigeria. And I said, okay, if there's a situation occurring, I always have this conversation with my friend. If there's a situation occurring where they're saying that, okay, we need the foot of all Nigerians, would you put your wife out for her feet to be removed from her body? Would you do that? And it's a question that I think really deserves some type of consideration when we are thinking long term. And even given what is happening now in Lebanon, several countries, including the United States, the United Kingdom, and France, have urged their citizens to leave Lebanon as heightened tension in the region sparked fears of a widening Middle East conflict. How is this separation gonna affect families? Because I'm of the opinion that some US citizens, some UK citizens have also entered into these type of relationships. What are they gonna do? Leave their family now behind? How is this gonna pencil out? How will this decision be made? Do we have time, or do they have time to lobby for travel documents, passport, and visas for their spouse and children? How will this be worked out? The warning from these countries to their citizens in Lebanon came after the US said it was sending additional warships to the region, because I think the US is back in Israel, no? And as Washington's embassy in Lebanon called on citizens to book any ticket available to them. Yeah? And the Britain's Foreign Secretary, David Lammy, said his message for British citizens was leave now. But what about their spouses? What about their children? Are you saying that they should leave them behind? What provision are made for them to come? And then now this is problem again, because if the Lebanese if the Lebanese do not have travel documents, how are they gonna leave? And do these countries, the US, the UK, do they need these Lebanese in their countries right now? What type of provision have been made for how many of them? So I am thinking now outside of the box, and I'm saying it's a topic that must be discussed in detail when we are getting involved in relationships with persons from other countries, other territories. In situations like these, how is the family structure maintained? How does one decide how many persons within the family can travel at any one time? Do I leave my wife behind? Do I leave my husband behind? Do I leave my children behind? How many of us will be allowed to travel in situations like this? This is a mammoth task, a topic that must be discussed prior to this type of situation happening. War is not good. I have not experienced a war, but what I have read about wars, it's nothing good. No, separation of families, loss of life, destruction of assets. Oh, it's not good. But I am concerned about the family structure and what happens in situations like these. Talk to me now, please.